I'm Dave, and I'm upset. My daughter has just started high school this year at Coburg High School, and I want to be really excited for her. But there is a big thorn in my side. Midway between our house and school is a bridge that's notoriously dangerous for pedestrians. The Bell Street Bridge risk zone over Merri Creek is as scary as hell. There have been so many traffic accidents in this area, it's hard to keep count. Here is a little glimpse of what my daughter and other kids face if they want to walk or ride to school along here, which many of them do. First, they have to wait at this tiny open street corner next to the cemetery, which is only 2 metres by 2 metres wide. As they wait here, traffic zips past, needing to curve slightly. Many vehicles skid as they curve. At times in the morning, my daughter tells me there can be up to 15 students at a time waiting here in this small area. This corner is crashed into by vehicles a lot, often at high speed. Next, they have to cross to this small traffic island, which has also been smashed into by vehicles many times. A large truck recently went straight through this area, taking out these poles. Next, there's this pedestrian crossing, which drivers often fly through without looking. A student was allegedly knocked off their bike here recently. Next is the awkward entry to the 7-Eleven where vehicles come from both directions. All this occurs before they actually get to the bridge itself, which is the core of the problem. Put simply, this bridge was not built to be a pedestrian bridge. No one is quite sure where it went wrong, but it does not meet safety standards. This is not yet another old bridge. This was only built in 1990. The usual minimum width of 1.8 metres was completely ignored. This is a design error that has never been fixed. It is significantly too narrow and has a gutter that is sloped, making it easier for cars to mount the curb. Watching kids walk along here every morning on their way to school with cars, buses and trucks flying past them at up to 60 kilometres per hour is a terrifying experience for a parent. They tend to choose the north side of the bridge because, believe it or not, this is the safer side. The south side of the bridge is even worse, with one point of it near the tram stop being only around 1 metre wide. Combine all this with being one of the most heavily trafficked areas in the whole of Melbourne, and you have a recipe for disaster. 47,000 vehicles pass this bridge every day, including many heavy vehicles such as trucks and buses. That's 1 million cars every few weeks. As you could imagine, many locals avoid this area, especially those with young kids. But it's kind of hard to dodge it. There's no other way to cross the creek for about 1 kilometre either side of this bridge. Our local teenagers are among the highest users of this area. They want to be independent. They don't want their parents driving them to school or go around the long way. They want to walk or ride to school with their friends, the quick way. The community has been campaigning for safety measures here for years.
I have 3 teenage children who use this bridge daily to go to school, to the tram stop and to the 7-Eleven. I am riddled with an anxiety every time they have to use this bridge, and it shouldn't be that way.
I really don't like going across the Bell Street Bridge with kids on bikes. You've got the kids in front of you, you've got buses and trucks going past, and they're really quite frightening when you're watching how close they are to the kids in front of you.
I just want to be able to walk to school and feel safe.
A petition demanding action has well over 1,000 signatures and has hundreds of harrowing testimonials about how freaked out the community is about this zone. In response, early in 2022, the then minister responsible for road safety visited the bridge and announced something needed to be done. So the state government decided to paint dragon teeth markings on the road, put in some road studs, and paint slow down upside down on the road. At least that's what it used to say. Remember, over 1 million vehicles a month cross this bridge. So now it says cryptic things like do so and down low and w. It's just not good enough. You know what? Being a teenager is tough enough. Walking to school in the morning should be a positive start for the day. not a source of fear and stress. If the state government are going to zone a bunch of kids to go to a certain school, then they have a duty of care to ensure there is a safe walking route to that school. So when will we finally see a plan to create safe access here? A risk assessment here would highlight the many safety improvement options available, including safety barriers, lane closures, speed limit reduction, and the one that seems obvious to me and many others, which is creating a fit-for-purpose pedestrian bridge alongside the current bridge. There are many examples of this around our community. A path such as this would help keep our kids and community safe from the traffic. So my message is directly to the Minister. I have every right to be upset by this bridge. This bridge fails your own safety standards, and it is your responsibility to fix it. I am asking you to help fix this problem before there's a tragedy at this bridge.